Hey everybody, Deplorable Bobby here, and this is the way I see it. Before I get started, I want to thank all of my subscribers. I'm grateful to each and every one of you. If you want to donate to this channel, any amount will be appreciated. My PayPal information will be in the link below. Supreme Court's back in the news again. Yesterday, the Supreme Court rejected the Trump administration's request to fast-track a decision on whether it will hear a case over the president's rescission of DACA. The justices denied their request by the administration. The Solicitor General, Noel Francisco, represented the case to the Supreme Court, and he urged the Supreme Court to announce their decision if they will hear the case by the end of the month. But Monday, the Supreme Court denied that request, meaning no DACA cases will be heard until the Supreme Court is back in session in the fall. The Supreme Court is acting really slowly on these legal challenges, and once again they have kicked DACA back to the lower courts, allowing them to block the DACA program from ending. As a pair of appeals, courts had already ruled against the Trump administration, seeking to end the Obama-era program. The Supreme Court issued rulings upholding their disputed administration policies on the travel ban of Muslims to the U.S. and the military issue of transgender bans from the armed services. The Supreme Court tabled all of these important issues, but instead made a ruling on the Queen Anne's Revenge, and that's Blackbeard's ship. So they ruled on the rights of who found the ship and all that kind of stuff, but they failed to do anything that matters to the American people. I could care less about Blackbeard's ship. It really doesn't matter to me. But what's happening in our country to our poor children being aborted and abused, and all these programs that are being blocked. They're either being blocked to keep them in place, or they're blocking them so they can't go into place. And it's all demon rat oriented, and I really don't know what to think about the Supreme Court. I'll be honest with you. They're not listening to any cases that have any merit with the American people. The things that matter, they kick back to the lower courts, leaving them in place, refusing to see the cases that matter to the American people. Do you care about Blackbeard's ship? I don't. You know, as the congressional leaders dither back and forth on immigration on the southern border, we're being invaded by these migrants who only want our social system, our money, and all of our social programs. According to Customs and Border Patrol, over 300,000 migrants have been apprehended since January 2019. CBP says that we can't even imagine the number of getaways that we didn't catch. The number of illegal border crossings will exceed 1 million in the year 2019. This is a staggering number, as a legal population could rank as one of our 10 most largest cities. I mean, they'll be as big as Chicago in 1 year. That many people will be crossing the border illegally. Failure to stop mass migration means more migrants are coming to America, and every year, enough crossings, thanks to the Democrat, like I said, the population of migrants are more than the city of Chicago. Never mind the 1 million illegal border crossers that we don't catch. It's amazing, people, at the numbers. They're staggering. Border Patrol agents spend more than half of their time providing humanitarian services. Demon rats and politically motivated judges provide incentives for these illegal aliens to come to America. The CBP and the ICE are releasing hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens into the U.S. because there is no room left to house them. In April 2019, more than 25% of all of the crossings as a family unit were found to be fraudulent. So 25% of all these family units coming across are trafficking children. It's terrible, people, what's happening at the border. We need to stop. 25% of supposed family units are nothing more than child traffickers and their bounty. We need immigration judges to speed up the asylum process, but remember, 3,500 illegal aliens enter the U.S. every day claiming asylum. It's virtually impossible to get that many judges to hear that many cases in a timely manner. The illegals should be housed at the border by FEMA. Take a bunch of trailers down there, house them right there on the border, and as quick as they're processed, send them back across the border. The asylum process can take up to 5 years, and these aliens right now are simply running around America willy-nilly, abusing our social systems and abusing Americans as well. Until our bureaucratic government acts to stop the invasion that's crossing our border every day, we can do nothing about mass migration. Everything Trump does gets stopped by a court. And then the greatest court in the land, who's supposed to be there to keep our Constitution intact and to make decisions on important laws where there's debate. But why is it every time they make a decision, it goes against the Trump administration, against patriots, against pro-lifers? I don't think that they're willing to do anything political. I don't know if it's because of the 2020 election coming up next year. I don't know if they're afraid to get involved in these politically motivated hotspots. Abortion is a very touchy issue. Immigration is very touchy. Transgenderism is very touchy. So they're not going to touch any of these ideas. They're not going to rule on any of these cases. I don't believe before 2020 election. I don't think until after the election any political cases will be heard by the Supreme Court. I think they're going to do just what they're doing. They're going to sit on their hands and do nothing. They're going to be worried about Blackbeard's ship. Give me a break, people. Blackbeard's ship. I mean, who really cares that much about Blackbeard's ship? How many of you think about Blackbeard's ship every day? Like we do the abortion issue. Like we do our immigration issue. See what I'm saying, people? None of us care. We never think about Blackbeard's ship. It's not something that's important to America as a whole. The Supreme Court needs to stop dilly-dallying and playing around. I think they're scared. I think that's the whole thing. They're scared of anything political. It breaks my heart. I had big hopes for when Kavanaugh became a justice of the Supreme Court. I thought together him and Gorsuch would get something done for the American patriots and the American family. But they do nothing. No, it says in the Bible, woe be unto judges. So anyway, that's what they're doing. They're doing nothing. My name's Deplorable Bobby. This is the way I see it. It's a sad day. Remember our children. Pray for our children. Pray for our president. And pray that the Supreme Court will do something. Pray for each other. I'm Deplorable Bobby, and I'll talk to you later.